Well, my background is in financial print. I worked in the early 90s in investor communication for the merchant banks in the main financial centers around the world. Specialized in things like fund management, asset management, fixed income products, that type of thing. And these products were highly regulated. The content and disclosure materials which had to go into them, depending on whether you are a corporate investor versus a consumer investor, it's very important to get those things right. These products then were physical, so we printed them and distributed them all around the world. In the 2000s, there was a greater emphasis on electronic form of communication. And the base language we used for that was XML. And XML, in fact, is the base language for XBRL. So when XBRL came along, I was very aware of it. When HMRC announced that they were going to implement iXBRL in the UK, for companies in the UK to submit their tax and accounts, I decided to set up 1StopXBRL. And I wanted to do this in such a way that it was highly responsive to clients, because this was a fast-moving, changing environment where new mandates were coming in. The iXBRL taxonomies that the HMRC was using was changing all the time. So we had to be very flexible in how we dealt with things. So I needed to minimize the time and effort the client needed to expend to actually comply with these regulatory requirements. In addition to providing a flexible service and minimizing the effort and time for our clients, we also had to provide a professional and trustworthy service so that the clients could rely on the files that we were sending back to them, that they were fully compliant with, in this case, HMRC regulations. To do this, I developed a complete management information system for the complete workflow of our business, and we call this ServiceTrack. And ServiceTrack manages the whole workflow. It keeps everything in step, it schedules everybody, it notifies everybody about what jobs are coming up, when they need to be achieved, and this kind of thing. This allows people to focus completely on what adds value to the client, i.e. creating a quality product and doing it on time. From a client perspective, ServiceTrack provides an easy interface for them to upload their accounts and also notifies them when their files are ready for them to download. So ServiceTrack is the backbone to our business. It frees our time up so that we can just concentrate on what the client needs and when they need it. Well, we have some great clients, and without our clients, we have no purpose. But if I was to speak a little bit about the range of clients we have, I mean, we deal with the top FTSE 100 and 250 clients. We also deal with the AIM market, the alternative investment market. But our clients range from sort of corporation to asset management, financial services, fund managers, even company administrators and secretarial services. Well, 1StopXBRL is into its second decade of trading, and I'm happy to say that all the clients that we have taken on in that time are still with us today. And we're very proud of the fact that our service leads to dedicated clients who can rely and trust us in servicing them. Our whole ethos is to provide a professional, trustworthy, and responsive service. You may have noticed a trend amongst companies who are trying to hide their personal and contact details. Not so with us. If you look at our website, you will see our full contact details, including our phone number, front and center. We want our clients to be able to get hold of us in the easiest way possible. I try to put myself into my client's shoes. XBRL is a regulatory requirement which adds very little to their day job. And so if my client is putting time aside to deal with these regulatory requirements, the least I can do is try and fit it within their timescale and provide an adequate response. Being accessible and responsive cuts wasted time out of the process, time that we can actually apply to providing the solution to our clients. To give an example, recently a client unfortunately uploaded the wrong version of their accounts. We tagged them and did everything as normal. By the time the client had realized their mistake, they were on the very day that they had to file them with HMRC. The deadline was that day. The client contacted me at midday, told me about their mistake, and we immediately started working on the correct version of their accounts. And by 5:30 that afternoon, we got those accounts to them and they were able to file with HMRC successfully. So being responsive is critical. Any minute lost is a minute lost in actually solving the problem. And in this case, it was very, very important. Our whole focus is to provide the client with a user experience which minimizes the time and effort they need to expend to achieve their regulatory requirements. And we do this by being fast and responsive, and also by providing a professional and trustworthy service. Last year, I received a phone call from a client, and the client said to me, "Listen, Andrew, we're at the latter stages of selling our company, and the buyer is insisting that we submit our accounts to HMRC today." So we pulled out all the stops to make this happen, and we succeeded. But the ramifications of us not succeeding were significant for the client. So being accessible and responsive is critical. If we don't react in a timely manner, all we do is lose time that we can spend on solving our clients' needs. And when we've taken on new clients, often they comment on the responsiveness because this is something they haven't actually experienced before. With regard to a professional and trustworthy service, if I may, I would like to use an illustration. One of my clients who had left her job and moved to another company contacted me and asked me if I could quote on her work. And of course, I was very happy to do so. So she sent through a list of their products with the number of pages, because in iXBRL we normally quote by the number of pages in the product. When I looked through those publications, I noticed on the PLC accounts that she had only specified 16 pages. And I thought that was a bit odd. So I phoned the client and I asked her, are you sure this is correct? And she told me that her previous provider had told her that they only needed to tag the financial aspects of the parent company. Now this is a problem because this is not compliant with HMRC. When we analysed the accounts, we determined there were 98 pages which needed tagged rather than just 16. And this has serious implications for the client. Providing a professional and trustworthy service is fundamental to 1StopXBRL. Our clients need to be secure in the knowledge that we are providing them with fully compliant files to be able to file to each regulator. At 1StopXBRL, our whole focus is on minimizing the time and effort that our clients need to make in order to meet their regulatory requirements. We do this by concentrating on two main aspects: by being responsive, but also by providing a professional and trustworthy service. Our clients need to be confident that we are providing them with fully compliant files for each regulator. In light of this, our position in the market is to provide value for money. And this isn't some kind of cliche. We certainly aren't the cheapest in the market, but our clients benefit from a highly competitive pricing model. And I think you will be pleasantly surprised with our offering.